This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're at the LD Micro Invitational 2017 in Bel Air, California. With me right now is Bill Welch from Trovagene. It's a publicly traded company with the symbol TROV. Bill, welcome to SNNLive.
Thanks, Bobby.
It's great to have you on the program. Thank you for joining us. So, for our audience, let's start with an overview of the company and then go from there.
Sure, thanks. Trovagene's a public company. We're on the NASDAQ, and we're located in San Diego, California. We're a precision medicine biotechnology company, and what that means is we're developing a drug that's tied to diagnostics for cancer care. The compound is for acute myeloid leukemia.
So, Bill, tell me a little bit more about the company's technology and the lead product. What exactly is it, and how is it different than the current standard of care?
Yeah, great question, Bobby. The compound we license is called PCM075. And it's a polo-kinase 1, PLK1 inhibitor. PLK1 inhibitors are known to impede what's called cell mitosis. As cells grow, they split, and before they can split, if you can stop that splitting or mitosis, they get locked. If they get locked, they go through cell death. And so it's a great target if you can block that for oncology care. It turns out in AML or leukemia, cells grow faster. They're blood cells, myeloid cells, and so it's a great place to apply this drug in AML. There had been another company that had preceded us in the polo-kinase for AML and had done a wonderful job getting activity. They saw up to 30% clinical response in leukemia. But unfortunately, in their phase 3, they saw some safety issues. We think this compound, being a PLK1 inhibitor, it's more selective. It has a 24-hour half-life versus the other had a 135-hour half-life. So it gets in, it clears quickly. It's also an oral compound, and the other compound was an IV. So we think with a targeted PLK1 inhibitor, 24-hour half-life that's reversible, and pairing that with our core diagnostic technology will give us a good opportunity for doing things in AML.
So, Bill, what's the current unmet medical need that you're addressing here?
The disease category we're focused on is acute myeloid leukemia, or AML. And in that, these are where they have myeloid cells that are immature, and they affect red and white blood cells as they go forward. It's leukemia. And the current way to treat these is sometimes through allografts or transplantations, but often it's radiation and very, very strong chemotherapies. What we're trying to do is reboot your system. And unfortunately, it has some very serious mortality issues associated with it. There's about 20,000 AML patients a year and about 10,000 deaths annually. It normally affects people over 65 years of age, which means they have a harder time dealing with a lot of the strong radiation and chemotherapies. And so we think that our compound, being a selective PLK inhibitor, can go a long way to help this disease.
So tell me, how are you planning on leveraging this technology? Target indication? Talk to me.
Yeah, terrific. The company's background had been and is still in identifying tumor markers in urine and blood. This is in the area called liquid biopsy, and we're going to be leveraging our expertise to develop biomarkers in blood and urine for identifying markers in AML to increase the likelihood of the drug's response to patients.
So where's the company currently at in its clinical development, and where are you hoping to be in your near-term clinical development?
We licensed this compound from a company in Italy, and they're one of the Europe's largest clinical oncology research companies. They've already conducted a phase 1 study for this compound, so it already has safety done in man for metastatic cancer patients. Our next step is to get a protocol to the FDA. It's called a phase 1/2 study. What that means, we'll look at patients in AML, phase 1, and then escalate to phase 2 patients. We hope to get that protocol to the FDA this quarter.
So you touched on a little of my next question already, but to have a full-on answer, from what you can tell me, when it comes to your near-term milestones, what are some of the goals that you're hoping to achieve? Yeah,
sure. The submittal of the study protocol to the FDA is just the beginning. That's right around the corner. So in this study, we hope to announce the study's been approved by the FDA, first sites for the phase 1. We hope to announce information regarding our AML panel that would be used in this study. Goodness, we have manuscripts on the phase 1 that's coming out. And because it's an open label study, there's be a lot of information we think to be gleaned as the study goes forward this year. So actually there's quite a few information that's going to be coming forward.
And what's your background? How did you get into all this?
Oh, I guess just through the course of time. I was a chemical engineer a long time ago out of Berkeley, but I worked at Abbott Laboratories in Chicago, and it was a great experience for me. And Abbott was, and still probably is, one of the leaders in drug and devices. And I worked in therapeutics and technology. I've used that background as I've gone forward, and I've been in diagnostic plays and therapeutic plays. What I'm really excited about is Trovagene is that opportunity to leverage our core technology to make a better drug. And what I've seen from both regulators, insurers, and patients and doctors, we want drugs to work. And I think that we'll have a good chance with our technology.
And Bill, where can our audience go and find more information about Trovagene?
Well, Trovagene is on the web, World Wide Web, at Trovagene.com. I'd encourage you to go look. We just updated our website to represent the new direction of the company, showing information on our therapeutics, precision cancer monitoring, and alike. So Trovagene.com, Trovagene.com.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're at the LD Micro Invitational 2017 in Bel Air, California. With me again is Bill Welch from Trovagene, publicly traded company with the symbol TROV. Bill, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Bobby.